welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm doing the tag TheReaderIAm, and this was started by James Feeney, and I first heard about it through Saturnarium. So I'll link both of those videos below. I've also seen Strength Reversed do it, and I've seen other people. I will link whoever I've seen do the tag below. I also want to, before I start, I want to say thank you to Saturnarium because she did the Barn Owl spread from the Elementals ebook. So this is the book that I collaborated on with Diletta DeSantis. She's the artist, and this is an excerpt from our Tarot Animal Oracle. But in here, there is, for the air elemental, it's owl, barn owl, and there's a spread. So you can actually, if you want, print this out and do the spread. It's free to download. The whole book is free to download. So I will link her video below of her doing the spread. But let me just say, it was really insightful, and like all the cards she pulled had some like weird synchronicities. It was just go watch her video. It was awesome. All right, time for the tag. So this is the Reader I Am. James has the questions all written out below the video, so if anyone wants to participate in this tag, you can go over to that video and look at the questions below. Also watch his video, it's awesome. Okay, so the first question is, what is the primary system of divination you use, as specific as possible? Okay, so divination for me, first of all, what that means is connecting with spirit for guidance as we navigate what we can see in the world. Meditation for sure, but also tarot, especially tarot helps my thinking mind. My ultimate goal in life is to just be able to live in the moment, because I feel like magic happens in the moment, and our gut intuition usually leads us in the right direction. I feel like we often second guess ourselves. We have conditioning. We also have shadow that sometimes dictates everything. So regardless, it's nice to touch bases with tarot, even if I'm in a good place. So the primary system I use is the Rider-Waite-Smith system, but more specifically, I use Paul Foster Case's interpretation of it. And as you can see, his the Boda deck, which is Builders of the Addendum or Addendum, I still don't know how to pronounce that. That's the foundation he started. But as you can see, his cards are very similar. So I use this esoteric guide to like the symbology in the, I'll show you this. This is my Rider-Waite version. I have the Aquarius tarot. Isn't it so beautiful? I actually have the majors separated right now, so I'll show you some of the minors here. Yeah, so this is just a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, and it's the system I use. And I wanted to understand why those symbols were chosen, why that scenery was chosen, which got me down a wormhole of Qabalistic tarot. Another book that I've studied is, I have several Qabalistic tarot books, but the Thursday Night Tarot really gets into like the esoteric stuff in a more applicable, practical way. I highly recommend that book. Highly, highly recommend it. It just makes everything you read in this book super digestible. My yoga practice is a big part of my life as well, and that is how I connect back up to like the true self, the divine self. And how do I say it? So you can use Qabalistic tarot also to climb back up the tree of life. But I found the yoga school of thought to be more effective for me. That's why in the Tarot Animal Oracle, it's actually a combination of the 8 limbs of yoga as well as the majors of the tarot, the Qabalistic tarot, like a path of manifestation and a path of liberation. working together. It's like a that's how I work with both of those schools, like together. How long have I've been talking a while. Okay, next question is, who do you read for? I read for myself, I read for my family, for my friends, and for clients. What types of readings do you normally do? Topics, spreads, time, medium. Okay, so what types of readings do I do? I do a lot of, I guess, like relationships and career readings. I read for anything, but it's usually helping people or myself like detangle situations so that they can figure out how to navigate, how to move forward, how to act in alignment with their soul's purpose. Even in the mundane thing, if someone comes to me with like a mundane question, we still go deep. I can't help it. Let's see. I think that answers that question. And I see there's another question here of like, what types of readings do you conduct? So I can get into more detail when we get there. Okay, so what is your reading style? Example, analytic, intuitive, spiritual, predictive, or fortune? Okay, so all of that, I guess. It's definitely analytic in that I use the knowledge I have of tarot in reading it. It's like that language. Though I did start reading with oracle cards first, which really built up my intuition. My analytical side in reading the symbolic language of the cards. And I use intuition in the same way that I started using oracle cards. So like if I'm using, let's say, this is, what is this? This is the textured tarot. That took me a while to remember. So like if I'm using this one, the images are abstract and they convey the meaning in a certain way that the artist picked up on. So I definitely use the artist's rendering in interpreting it. Where was I? What is your reading style? Okay. It's spiritual also in that I see the divine in all experiences. So I can't help that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this video is going to be really candid because someone just dropped off a present. Isn't that so sweet? Do you want to say hi in the video? Todd came out to say hi to our friends too.
Hello.
It's so funny. They knocked on the door and then they ran away so that they would be like over 6 feet away. But I'll just show you what I got. It was in Christmas wrapping. I haven't seen her since Christmas, so thank you, Kristen. Okay, so this is a Zoom bar goat's milk soap, frankincense, and lavender. Isn't that so sweet? This is safe to touch because it's been sitting in the bag since Christmas. And I've washed my hands. And then this is so crazy because I just did the crystal infusions video, and this is a crystal infusion something. It's Aroma Power Micro Batch Perfume Oil, and it's called Star Child. I love that. Oh, it smells so good. So good. It's it has sandalwood, rose, and clear quartz. Can you see that? So cool. And she also dropped off that I can't touch and show you right now because then I'd have to wash my hands again. But it's a doormat for like the front door, and it has llamas on it, which is so synchronous because on Friday we're revealing the llama card from the Tarot Animal Oracle. So that's cool. Okay, I totally lost my train of thought. So I'm gonna try to see where I was at. Okay, so what's your reading style? Intuitive, analytic, spiritual, predictive? All of those. I think I was saying that I see the divine in all experiences. Example, her coming by right now, dropping off a mat with llamas on it as I'm preparing to release the llama card in a tarot deck. That's a synchronicity. So yeah. Okay, so next question. I drank a lot of coffee, you guys, and yeah, I'm a little bit hyped up. I'm hyped up because I also saw someone. I haven't seen humans in person for so long. This is kombucha. What is your ideal? No, sorry. What types of readings do you conduct? Okay. And the examples he cited are evaluative, coaching, empowering, reflective, ... Okay, so I guess it would be mostly coaching, but this is another one of those all of the above type answers. Okay, so I mentioned that I do a lot of relationship and career type readings just because those are really at the forefront of the contemporary human's mind. But truly what I'm doing is seeing what the client or what I want and seeing where I or the client am at. Basically getting from point A to point B. I need to calm down. That coffee is really affecting me. I had 3 cups and I ate 2 pieces of sushi. That's not good. Okay, the question one more time is, what types of readings do you conduct? Please don't be annoyed with me for having trouble focusing right now. Coaching, let's say coaching. The ultimate goal is getting to a place where we're living in the moment, because magic happens in the moment as I see it. And we're most in tune with the universe's guidance and our inner guidance system when we're not scared or worried about things and truly living in the moment. Now, we have conditioning that can mess with that, or second guessing of ourselves, or just very natural fear-based thoughts that come up because we are animals, and our animal and our brains are also there to help us navigate this reality and keep us safe. So survival is okay. So balancing like a spiritual perspective with a very practical perspective is another layer of readings. I'm still so excited that someone just surprised me with a present. Like, I knew she was coming at some point today, but she didn't say when, so. What is your ideal reading atmosphere? Okay, so my ideal reading atmosphere is in person, because I can really read the person's energy. Another thing I should say is I don't do like a video reading where I just send it off. I do conversational, so it's like Zoom meetings or Skype. Yeah. I think want to get into more like just YouTube, like making a video and sending it to someone like via an unlisted YouTube video. I feel like I could take on more clients doing it that way. And just, I don't know, I really like that interaction and like reading the energy, like, because like I have a lot of follow-up questions, especially as I'm pulling the cards. I have this, like, I have a general spread that I use that can be applied to all readings. But a lot of times I make it up as I go. Like I know the question to ask next. The information I can give, like a video reading, I can just give the information and then the client can apply it to their lives themselves. But I like to be as detailed as possible, and it's nice to have those details and reflect that back. I don't know if that made any sense. Okay. Oh my gosh, and I was answering a question about my ideal reading environment. Shoot. Daylight. crystals. I like crystals. I do a lot of energy work. Oh, here, I'll show. I pulled these out knowing this question would come up. These are two of the crystals that I usually bring to every reading. This one for sure to every reading. This is labradorite. You guys saw when I got this video got this crystal in a video in, I think, January. Anyways. And then this one is a golden healer quartz. And I like this because these are iron inclusions, and this is clear quartz. And iron is like the physical self to me, and quartz is like the spiritual self. And my yoga practice is about the union of that. Truly, it's about getting my ego in alignment with the big picture and not just what I want in life, though that's important too. But yeah, this feels like union to me. So I bring this for like energy healing and pulling in the wisdom of my yogic practice. When I work with people, it's not just tarot. We also get into other modalities and other energy shifting modalities. And it's all like intertwined. I loved when I could have people come over, especially in our old apartment in Chicago. When people would come over, they'd be like, this feels so, they didn't use the word high vibe because it's not in everyone's like language. But essentially they were saying that. Like they felt it and felt very like comforted by the energy of our home. So I like it when I can to have people come over and do the readings that way. Ideal environment is daylight. I'm just more active during the day. Like towards the end of the day, I'm like winding down already and I feel like less on point. Okay. Next question is reversals, jumpers, shuffling style. I shuffle when I have like a flexible deck. Let's see if I can do it. I bridge. I'm about to shuffle in all of the majors that I have separated, but that's okay. And then it was harder because I'm doing it in the air. I know a lot of people would be offended by that shuffling style, but that's what I do. With this type of deck, I definitely can't do that. In fact, I know a lot of people have bent their cards trying with the textured tarot. I'm not complaining though, because she, I think I read somewhere that she purposely wanted to do a deck that wasn't like any plastic or anything in it because she cares about the environment a lot. So it really does feel like cardboard. But with these types of decks, I'll do this. I actually do that with these types of decks too. Like I'll do the bridge and then I'll do the overhand. Is that what this is called? And I do exclusively jumpers. I think, oh, Rachele, I saw her video. She did this tag and she does exclusively jumpers as well. Because I do that for the same reason. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like spirit is pushing those cards out and being like, that's the one. And like, you definitely get a, that's the for sure one. That said, I will on occasion, like, especially if it doesn't, if I feel like there isn't enough time for that, which I like to set myself up to have enough time to shuffle that way. But if there's not enough time, I will shuffle it thoroughly, holding the intention of the question, like very strongly, pushing it into the cards, then cut the deck, and then just start taking the cards from the pile. The next question is, what is your delivery tone? Example, constructive, positive, reflective, action-oriented. This is another all of the above. Like I said, energy work is intertwined with what I'm doing. So that's like the action-oriented side. It's nice. It's like nice to seal the message with an action someone can take. Even if the action is, you just need to chill now. Constructive, of course. Yeah. I don't know, like I'm doing readings because it's like purposeful for me and I want to be helpful. So it's like, yeah, constructive is helpful. Yeah. I guess you can just do a reading for someone and trust that they'll understand it, and like you can be really blunt with them. And like I feel like that's like I feel like when people do that, they have a certain respect for the client, that they're adults and they can figure out their own lives. I don't know. I think my tone though is more like like I love you and I'm here to, I don't know, be a loving presence and sit with you and hear what you're feeling and like dig into this together. Like, yeah, I feel like you get the vibe from that. Positive. Yeah, of course I'm positive. I do have to deliver like not positive things sometimes, but I try to do it really lovingly, gentle. Though actually last night I delivered a message to my friend that wasn't as gentle. It was more straightforward. That's why I don't like to read at night. And I was doing the reading for her after dinner, and yeah, it was just kind of blunt actually. But it's like I have a good rapport with her. So that's like just where we were at. Anyways, next question is, what are some of your personal reading quirks? Example, correspondences you tend to draw on, habits you have, little details that you alone use and have, ... Quirks. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like excitable. So like when a card comes out, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. Or like a lot of times I say things like, I was not even expecting this card to come out. Because like sometimes like when you get the question, you think you know the answer sometimes, you know? Like, and intuitively I do know usually what's going on, but I still let the cards guide it. And yeah, a lot of times I'm surprised and it'll bring up something that is tied into the situation that brings more clarity as to why people are feeling the way they do in a certain situation. Or yeah, it's just, yeah, I get excited about every card that comes out. Is that a quirk? I know I'm going to think of something afterwards and regret not saying it. Anyways, that's the video. I'm so sorry that I was all over the place, you guys. Yeah, this is actually kind of the energy I have when I'm doing a reading with a friend. I get really excited. Yeah. I just like people and I like talking to people and connecting. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know if you do the tag, and link your videos if you did do them below. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.